What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the best mining channel on YouTube. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing some consolidating here. By consolidating, I mean I'm going to be taking all these GPUs here that are on my test bench, and we're going to slap them into this OCTOMINER X8. As you can see, I do have 4 open slots and 4 GPUs. So why am I doing this? Well, there are a couple reasons. One, it will save some money within HiveOS. Pulling these off, consolidating to rigs, that will drop $3 per month in terms of fees. Now that doesn't really matter. That is not the main reason. The main reason is I do have some hardware coming in that's very efficient that I plan on testing, and I'm going to need my watt meter. And you know, my test bench, my workstation, my server down over there, everything runs off a 120 volt 15 amp circuit. So I'm going to free up some power so I don't overload anything when testing does happen. Some of you may be curious, what do you have coming that you got to be testing? And I'm not going to tell you straight out. It's a secret. It's going to be coming very soon. Hopefully one of them do arrive today, and then maybe the next one will be tomorrow or something. We'll see, but I'll just give a hint. It can mine, the first one anyway, that I'm very excited about, can mine Ethereum, which is going to be a POS soon, so it's going to be gone. Also, it can mine ETC. And in the process, it is highly efficient monsters, making GPUs pretty much obsolete. I also got another little miner that's supposed to be on the way as well. That's only strictly for ETC. Well, at least it says it is. Obviously, I'm going to be trying it with Ethereum as well, just to see if it works. But it's branded as an ETC miner, which again is way more efficient than a GPU. Take it any way you want. You probably know what I'm talking about. So let me know in the comments below if you have an idea of what may be coming very, very soon. First step in this whole operation is I got to shut down OCTOMINER number 2 and my test bench. And you can probably see here I am mining SHIB. Yes, I've been utilizing Unminable. I've been going through whatever coins I did have online and had a little bit of balance left. Past day or two, I've been pointing to Unminable and just clearing out all my balances and getting all my payouts, using Ethereum as an advantage point to possibly make more money in the future, at least a lot more than ETH possibly could. A little bit of pun intended there. Take it any way you want. Anyway, let's shut down these miners. So obviously we got to get OCTOMINER 2, power options, power off. Well, they changed it a little bit here. Shut down, confirm, go back into here, test bench, shut down, confirm. Alrighty, so these 2 rigs should be shutting down. Let's pull these GPUs out, slap them into that OCTOMINER, and you know, get a mixed rig rolling. All right, guys, so fairly simple process here. Let's get going. So I'm over on the back side here. I figured that would be easier. So I'm just gonna get these GPUs installed. I kind of want to keep them together. I want to put the 2 A2000s over here. One is shunt modded, but it does have the thermal pads done. So then I should be all right in terms of temperatures, but I want to make sure it's in front of the fan. So I am gonna do the 3060s over here, I think. So let's get to it. Okay, so we have everything installed into the OCTOMINER X8. It is now a full rig. The X12 is full NVIDIA, non-LHR, and we got this X8 with 4 NVIDIA cards as well, and the other 4 are AMD. So we got a mixed rig. I forgot to turn off the flight sheet, so we're gonna have to turn this on, run to the workstation, disengage the flight sheet, let everything detect. I already did. a few days ago, update the drivers and everything, so we should be all good there detection wise. So let's turn this on and jump to the workstation. And we got power. So it's not online yet. I'm going to hit in here, flight sheet, and then quickly just unset this. Now, we will not have any issues once this is finally detected. And whoa, we just made it. It is now detected. You can see the order is a little out of whack, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm fine with this. Before I set up any overclocks or anything on those cards, I do want to go into my test bench because it's going to say I have 4 GPUs offline forever unless you tell it that there's no longer GPUs here. So we have to go to settings on our rig, scroll down till you come to the 4 here, cards, boards, quantity. Just take this out here. Now, don't put in a 0 or you're going to have errors. Just leave it blank, erase the number you had, update it, and then, you know, in about 5 minutes or so, everything will be updated and those 4 offline cards will no longer be offline and all your numbers will begin to match up again. All right, so now I need some overclock settings. I'll start with this 3060 up here. I like to run 1425 and I believe it's 2600 on the memory. Apply that. We're going to go to the other 3060 here. Same thing, 1425 and 2600. Now this is the most efficient settings I can find based on live streams when we did testing and everything. We do want to get rid of that power limit though. We don't need that when we're setting an absolute core clock. You can set that if you want. It will be like a backup detection. If you lose overclocks, that power limit will kick in, but here we're not going to need it. So back to my settings here, 1425, 2600 memory. This is nice and efficient. We're using about 108 watts, 110 watts, 108 to 110 at the wall when utilizing this on Ethereum for about 47.4 mega hash. So that's nice, great numbers. So now for the A2000 settings, one of these are shunt modded. It's the one with the Samsung memory, so we can push those memory limits much higher than a standard A2000 and get upwards of 49 to 50 mega hash. I like to even out around the 49.5 mark. So I'm going to go here. I believe, I can't remember. I'm going to have to look back now. I believe it's 1150 and 5500 on the memory. And then on the other A2000, just the stock one, no shunt mod or anything, I believe I'm running 1000 and 3200 on the memory. I'm just going to go back into the test bench though. It should still hopefully have the settings in there, or I totally forgot, but we'll see here. So they are here. So 1155, 5500, 1032. So 1155, is that what I put in? Let's just find out. 1155, no, 1150, good thing we checked that. So 1155. Awesome. So we're going to apply that, get rid of all this gobbledygook going up there. Double check our settings. Yes, everything looks good. Now we're going to have to set up a dual flight sheet because we got NVIDIA mixed with AMD GPUs. So I do want to utilize finishing up getting the rest of my SHIB, which should be done sometime today. So I am going to want to duplicate this flight sheet right here. We're going to scroll down and what just happened? Oh, it's this one right here. So now I want to edit this. And I got to swap all these wallets over and I guess our coin to SHIB. So I'm swapping the coin over to SHIB. SHIB INU, same thing here. SHIB INU. Yeah, actually what makes it really easy, I'm just going to duplicate this flight sheet actually. We'll get into that, or this browser page. That way I can kind of just go back and forth and copy and paste. I'll just, you know, we'll speed things up a little bit. So I'm going to edit this T-Rex one right here, setup config. And I'm just going to want to add this in right here, copy my worker template, go right back into my SHIB one, and okay, wallet, SHIB INU, wallet, SHIB INU, configure and miner, I guess so. We're going to want T-Rex, Team Red Miner. All right, set up Team Red Miner. And I just want to change this wallet config to this. So here it's saying SHIB. If you're unsure how to use Unminable, I do have previous videos in the past. Be sure to check it out. But here's a quick rundown. The coin we're mining is SHIB. Now, if you're using ApeCoin, you'll put like Ape here or whatever else. It doesn't matter what you're mining. This is for SHIB. You need your semicolon. Then you use your normal wallet and worker name template. And then your referral code. Your referral code, this is mine. If you want to use it, it'll be in the description. You simply have to just copy this all the way from the hashtag over and put that at the end of your worker name, and that will drop 0.25% off your fees. And then worker name NVIDIA. Yes, this is what I wanted to point out, but it looks like I already had it here. So when you are running mixed rigs, it's going to bounce back and forth at the reported hash rate, and you won't know what rig is what because it's going to be confusing. Be like, oh, now I'm at 200 mega hash, now I'm only at 150, and depending on the GPUs you have, it's going to be bouncing back and forth. You don't know what your actual reported hash rate or anything is. So that is why it's recommended here with dual miners and dual different miners that you're using to put in a worker name after your worker name. So in this case, I got the parentheses or the percentage there, and it's saying NVIDIA. So when it shows up on the pool, it's going to say my worker name NVIDIA on it, and it's going to say the same. That way your reported hash rates will stay according to plan. So we're mining Ethereum. We're getting paid out using our SHIB wallet at Unminable. And then our worker name is here. And then our URL again is using Unminable. Actually, we have to switch this to the Unminable pool. That's not going to work the way it is. So we have to swap this over to ETH copy. That's why I like to have this duplicate page open and this copy then. Now we should be all good. We're going to apply changes. Now we're going to jump into Team RabidMiner and pretty much do the same thing. So URL, we already have that copied in, so we can simply paste that over. And now we got to do the same thing here. We're going to get rid of the worker name. We got to keep everything as is over here. So we're going to copy. Whoa, we're doing ahead of the game. We don't have that copied. I'm just going to use the exact same worker template that we have for our T-Rex rig because it will work. ETH, SHIB, everything going on here. But we are going to have to change this now to AMD. That way it will dictate AMD for us in the actual worker at the reported pool side. Apply changes. I'm going to go mixed SHIB rig is what I'm going to call it. And hopefully this should work. We're going to update that and then send this to the moon once it updates. I am glad HiveOS is not having issues at this time. Usually this is when it always happens. Cancel. Okay, looks good. So we're going to go into the miner right now and see what's going on. So I'm going to go into my remote access, shell in a box. We're just going to SSH into our rig here. Now, because we're using a dual miner as well, you don't want to just type miner like you usually would and come up. You need to put MOTD, then put a space and then watch. And then this will utilize both miners. Now, if I hit 1, you can see default, I'm on Team RabidMiner, and number 2, I'm on T-Rex miner. And it does look like we are connected to Unminable. We're hashing away. Our GPU card or our T-Rex NVIDIA cards here seem to be doing okay. They're all initialized. And then obviously our AMD cards are just fine as well. Again, on Unminable. So everything's looking good. It was pretty fast and simple. I'm just going to go to the pool now and make sure everything is actually detected. Okay, so I just wanted to jump into the workstation here. So you can see OCTOMINER 2 is still showing. That's because it does have to wind down. It's a PPLNS type of log. Test bench is down. But we can see AMD and NVIDIA are both live. So you can tell which one is T-Rex miner and which one is actually Team RabidMiner based on your NVIDIA or AMD GPUs. I also want to go back into HiveOS and kind of point out, you can now also see that the red is all gone. It'll take a couple days for your test bench to actually disappear. It'll say 1 on red for a while, but at least all my GPUs, nothing's red anymore. It's saying 20 are online. 20 GPUs is what I have. So we're all up and hashing and everything is looking great. Another thing I kind of want to point out is because I'm mining SHIB and you're allowed, as long as you're not mining Ethereum, up to 4 rigs for free. Technically, I am mining Ethereum and just getting paid out in SHIB, but HiveOS actually thinks I'm not mining Ethereum. So these 2 rigs, I'm not paying anything right now for HiveOS whatsoever. So technically, even when the test bench was still online here, it was still free. I wasn't paying anything because it thinks I'm mining SHIB, something other than Ethereum, for up to 4 rigs. But because I needed that watt meter and everything for testing to come up, I thought this was a better idea. This is also better long term because I'm running a little more efficient as well. With you can look in here, kind of scroll down, and where is my PSU, my power consumption? So you can see these are 94% rated 750 watt server power supplies inside this OCTOMINER X2. And you can see each one's around 221 to 227, 231, and 217 watts. Now, technically, if I want to get a little more efficient, you want to run about 50% of any power supply out there, whether it's ATX or server PSUs. Some server PSUs, be sure to check in on it. A little higher percentage of usage actually runs more of the efficiency peak range, but most power supplies are at 50%. So pulling one of these power supplies out will spread out. So example, if I took PSU 3 here and you said even though it's 4 in here, it's rated as 3 as everything starts at 0, I would take this 217 watts offline out of this PSU, and it would spread that across these, bringing that closer to that 50% mark, which is around, what is that, like 350, 375 or something like that would be the 50% mark. It'd bring me a lot closer to peak efficiencies. All right, guys, so mission success. Let me know in the comments below, you know, what's going on, what you thought about this video. If you have any questions at all whatsoever, whether it's SHIB, whether it's Ethereum, whether it's Hive OS, you know, if you have any issues, let me know. Just ask the question in the comments below. Be sure to check out the Discord. And if you enjoy any of my videos, be sure to maybe smash that super thanks button. It's a new feature of the channel. Much appreciated. I will see you all on the next one. Rabid out.